Okay, go.
Okay. Hello, I'm Pascal, and gonna look into your hands today. And before I start, I give you a little introduction that what I'm gonna looking for. So one part is all the line structure. I look for the fingers, shape, thumb. All this gives me the quality of your personality that lives within you, and I'm gonna show what will be the best version within you, and as well to look maybe for some delicious dilemma, some push and pulling energy. And then I'm gonna combine this with the fingerprints, and the fingerprints there I see more a map about your purpose inside of you. It's a kind of a inner calling within you, and the driven force within you, and as well you can see maybe what is sometimes a little bit more difficult within you. This is more your life lesson. And so I'm gonna combine fingerprints where I connect more with the soul energy, and then with the rest of the hands. So first impression when I see or I look into this hand, this is like a one-man show who is able to do 10 things as a one person. So there's a enormous capacity within you for producing results in the world. So it's a kind of idea factory within you, and it's a constantly observing the surrounding and getting information and seeing things in a different way, and see, oh well, let's do this or let's do that. And so it's constantly in a remote control version, registering version. So why I'm saying this is, for example, when I look all the uppers, they're all round and spatulate, and this is the abstract world. And the abstract world, when it has this spatulate shape, it brings the energy of fire within. So it's a fire brain. It's a brain who can get crazy in a positive sense, and seeing things in new perspectives, and changing ways in the world, and connecting with a long Mercury. And the long Mercury is the cleverness, that you are ahead of the time, and all these two parts can be sometimes be bored why people or maybe more, not less bored or misunderstood, why people don't see the points that you are seeing. So you need to be in a visionary place. So along Mercury and along Jupiter, this is the visionary within you. So high hopes, open up the sky, and see what's going on. So people like you could be a great a kind of a Mr. Spielberg person that has the vision, and you hold the whole project together. So the holding the project together comes when I look at the hand shape. That's the earth part. So this is actually a good news. So this brings you down to practicality, that he goes out to nature, loves to be out in nature, have a drive alone by yourself, thinking, making you new projects, looking out from a mountain down to the lake or to the ocean, and and being just simple and being modest, and having both feet down to the ground, and living the daily habits and daily practical side. So this is actually the opposite what I was talking before. So one part of you, it's really normal, down to earth, and one part is the visionary who creates crazy ideas. So both together, you can really bring the sky down to earth and make it tangible, make it touchable. So many are maybe crazy as well, but they don't produce result with it, and you can produce results with it. So having your territory, being the master of it, that you are the one who are in charge, and then you're happy. So these are qualities. Another challenge where I see is the middle finger. This is can be also, when I look in the fingerprints, the more I look at it, is a little bit a lesson for you. And this is the part of how do I deal when other people apply rules on me, and they start to tell me what is right or what is wrong. So you have a little bit of sensitivity of right and wrong, and you have a little bit of own way to look at it, what is right and what is wrong. So you play a little bit with your own rules, and so in this way, being a little bit a rebel and playing your own rules, and get as far as you get, and I hope it works for you, and having a kind of a lifestyle that they give you the freedom to experiment and not get to you and say, well, that's not possible, or you're not allowed to do that. So these are not words that you like, that's not possible, or you're not allowed. So the part is, this makes you sometimes, how we say, not under control, and and you just live your life how you like it. So this is one part, and the other side of you is a very, like I said, down to earth, and the nurturing side, who takes care, because when I look in the fingerprints, you have also the family man within you, and there is a high need of loyalty and solidarity. So people who don't express solidarity and all for one and one for all, this is a kind of philosophy for you. So holding the whole family, the whole group together, this is something very important. And there everybody just needs to know the rules, what to play with, and then things get good. And so one part is the family oriented, the solidarity part, and one part of your purpose is being out in the public and being a public persona who has some messages, who has something to tell. So being a storyteller who brings completely new perspective, and being a visionary, who all this together, who plays his own rule, that is still down to earth, and family is, and solidarity is important. So this is one part of the story I would talk from your hands.
Okay, so what would you say is his biggest talent?
I said already, a visionary.
A visionary, okay.
A visionary, that he's out, and and he just sees things from new perspective, and he's just ahead of the time, and his incredible cleverness, and using cleverness with practicality. So he's not just a talker, he brings results on the table. So manifesting crazy ideas. That's incredible talent of him.
Can you give me an example of a crazy idea? So he gets what a crazy idea is, what you mean there.
Well, just be American, then you're crazy enough. So Europe people look America as crazy, so that's enough. Well, I don't know. It's just trying to do the impossible. This is what he's able to, and not being limited for rules or whatever. And so in this way he tries also to find the kick in a way, how far he can go. But just he tries to get at the limit for them. So
what would you say is a delicious dilemma he's got?
Yeah, like before I said, you have the part where he's down to earth and really normal, and loves habits, loves routine, and he's quiet and modest and nurturing everybody. And then he has the incredible crazy part where he loses the ground and goes up to heaven and doing crazy projects and getting in his outlaw independent of action, and following his vision, and nothing is possible and everything is possible. So this is a dilemma. One is the craziness and the extroverted part of him, and one part is really introverted and quiet and and simple. So this is two like he has two. He really distinct the professional face and the private face that he has. I know everybody has that, but in his life, I think these are really two extreme faces that he carries.
Okay. What is all these lines here that come out from the left thumb?
These ones?
Yeah.
It brings challenges of that maybe he didn't always get so appreciated. So he has also a sensitive part, and like critics to him, he takes it in a way pretty personal. So even from the outside he takes it as it's cool, but inside it still bothers him. So this is a part of issues that he needed to go through, of some personal attacks in a way of trying to dismiss him or making jokes about him or whatever. And these are things that he needs to get to come over in one way, and not to hide, and to still go through it.
You say that because it originates from the thumb?
No, it goes to Apollo.
Okay, all of them end in Apollo.
So that's all the Apollo part. You see there, and so it brings a kind of a shy hiding factor, and but it doesn't mean that he don't express himself. But it's still it has some quality that things bothers him more as he maybe expresses to the outside. Word goes deeper within critics about what he's doing, touches him, and it doesn't. It's not like I don't care.
You said that he had a big venous area next to the thumb. How did that? You said Earth and Venus.
Yeah, that's the nurture, like having a restaurant, having good cooking, enjoying the life very much. So he's a life lover when when this is so round. So this can get also in kind of indulgent, that he don't know where to stop something. So when he is into his mood, he's going, and but he's still a caring, nurturing part. So he always looks at everybody has something in their stomach. So that's the part of being Mother Earth, and looking for a good round. So having a big table, and everybody is on his big table. This is for him important. And all his friends. So his loyalty and solidarity, like I talked before, this is very important. So if you are a friend of him one time, you are a friend forever.
Yeah.
So friendship, it's very important for him, and he's a little bit the patriarch who holds that all together.
He had a question regarding the. We noticed that several lines coming out of the outer percussion portion of his hand there. That one. Yeah. Can you say what's going on there?
Well, this is a very imaginative source. We call this the moon. So it's for him, like in his profession or what he's doing, that his resources comes really out of visions, again, of intuition, of having deep insight, and so he has a incredible resource from that. And this so he try also to bring a meaning in his thing, or a deeper sense. So it's not just what he's doing has to just nourish practicality. It has also to nourish deeper sense, or a kind of spirituality, even to go there. So this is the basic of his creative resources, and the basic of his action, of his doing.
Spirituality is the basis of his creativity.
Spirituality and the imagery, and having a meaning, and all these. It's important that this flows within his work as well.
He seems to have a big box right in the middle of his hand. That's
before this one.
Yeah, that thing.
This is the same thing what I talked before already.
That's the struggling to get over the personal criticisms. Okay.
And this is something that sometimes he can be stuck sometimes in maybe not letting all what is in himself out, and but still I think he's a guy that still find a way to go through it, because he's just so clever and very innovative, and so in this way I think he still holds the torch in his hands.
And maybe because of the ring, but his ring finger doesn't show up very well on the right hand, on the bottom. Do you say anything there, or is that?
But he wears a ring now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to talk when the ring is there, but so he changed the pictures.
Yeah.
Because here is there.
And that looks fine.
Yeah, that looks fine. So I think it's the ring that makes it.
Okay. Do you have any guesses what would be a good occupation for him?
Well, like I said, the visionary who who really one party can be an inventor, so inventing stories, writing stories, and or having a company that helping to produce creative stories. So it can be a producer, it can be doing all by himself as well. So, but it has to be really, as his purpose, he has to reach a lot of people. So using a media that he connects with people out in the world. So I don't know which media. It can be writing, it can be TV, it can be movie, but it needs to be in a public area and having a tool that reaches a lot of people at once. And so he can do this in several ways, but this is really important to be out there. And I hope he writes also some of his creative ideas out.
Okay, I'm ready to reveal who it is. So you're reading The Hands of George Shapiro. He is a doctor out in LA and considered one of the best chiropractors out in LA. So I chose, if I'm going to do a chiropractor, I'd like to do one in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, and he's actually just a little bit outside of Beverly Hills. And he was recommended from Neil Strauss, whose hand you just read, and this was their #1 recommendation, is that this guy has incredible energy and you need to go and meet this guy just to find out what incredible energy looks like in a hand. And so we show up, and it was Carmen and I, and he gave us both a chiropractor session. You can come in. And she was there. And we did his office is a converted gas station. He's built Harleys from like the ground up, and from like and all he's done is cracking everyone's back all day long, and finding the weak chain and just cracking it so everything is now flowing again. And so that's like it's an addiction for him to find that crack and just get it out. And you can tell he's in such an element when he is going, okay, all right, breathe, okay, breathe out, crack. And he does a lot of did Carmen very well, and you go in, and he's quite a community man. So you go into his back office, and he has like literally, what would you say, 30-40 different certificates of from his being a community service and fundraising and being elected to the city council. And yet every once a week, he needs to grab his surfboard, which he has hanging in his chiropractic clinic, among thousands of other things. I mean, it looks like a restaurant inside there. And then he goes out and takes a surfboard and goes, and he needs that one day to get out in nature. And then he's back in and working with a patient load that is constantly kept him busy. And he's very proud of his family. Very proud of his son. He showed us a picture of his son, and so that was really important for him. He wears a ring that is a chain, like it has a bunch of movable parts, and so he likes that. He likes looking at movable parts and seeing what A to B to C to D comes together and finding what's not working. So I recognized a lot of his imagination in Einstein. I saw a very similar handprint with Einstein. There's that kind of big, large moon area, and a headline that goes in that direction, and getting into, working for something spiritual or a big picture, a big cause. So I think he'll be able to relate to the imagination, and and he is a show all his own. He obviously is not working for anybody. It's his thing. But he has I think he had a couple doctors at one point, and then now he's working on his own.
Yeah, he has many different talents. So
just trying to use all of those is what's keeping the engine running full speed all the time.
Yeah, he has incredible energy.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Good.
Thank you.